Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well out there. I wanted to stop by and say hi and thank you. Thank you so much for following me around this year, and I appreciate all your kind words and your likes, and I've really enjoyed all of your videos, all your all your art, all your decor, all the things I get to watch. I really enjoy them all. So, thank you for all of that. And I just thought I'd come in since it's the end of the year and we are starting another new year. So let's talk about what's coming up, shall we? So let's talk about that 55 project. So the 55 project is what I've been working on this year, and it's for my sister's class. She's a multi-language learner teacher, and her kids range between kindergarten and fourth grade. And at the end of every year, she tries to give them a really sweet gift. She just loves her kids so much. So I'm really honored this year I get to be a part of that. And so I'm doing a painting for each of her kids. There's 55 students now, and this is how much I have left, except for, so I have 5 that I decided I would do extra, and we'll see if I get to that. But this is how many I have left. I have 20, 22 or something like that left to do. It's been really fun to do. It's really good for me to just put stuff out. It's good for my creativity and my hand and all that stuff. It's good for me. So it's a gift to both of us, really. And I'm on schedule. They have to be done, by graduation. And so that means they have to be painted, dried, sealed, dried, framed and packaged and shipped to her before they all graduate. So I'm starting to ship some out to her in 2 weeks. In January, I'll start to ship more to her, but we're making some progress. And I don't know if you noticed, but what I like to do with the kids' paintings, and I do it for us adults too, just in a slightly different way, but I like to create some kind of world that makes you feel drawn into, where you can imagine more. So you kind of drawn into this, and then you imagine what else could be happening. It's really good for us to have those kind of imagination. It's good for little kids. It's good for us adults. So I've been having a lot of fun doing that. So that is the 55 project. And then I was going to talk a little bit about the mud that I've been using in painting and where that came from and what I'm doing. So I was out with New Mexico Drive one day, and we were in a dirt road somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And I found this on the side of the road filled with sand. And I thought, ooh, what if I used sand in my paintings? What would that do? And then we were hiking in the bosque near the Rio Grande River, and I thought, oh, mud. Mud would be really fun. Wouldn't mud be fun? And so I did some research real quick, and it's legal. It's fine to take mud from the Rio Grande. So I grabbed a couple cups of it, and it's going to last a long time. So, and it's been really fun to work with. So that's where that came from. And while we're talking about the desert, I also have found some kind of cool things out there. Now, out in the desert, when we film, we keep to the positive and the beautiful. But out there is a lot of dumping. A lot of trash has been dumped out in there, and that is a sad thing. But our goal is to make sure when you come to our page, you're going to feel relief, some peace, some beauty, something funny. We want to have that moment for you to have. So we don't really talk much about the messes that we find out there. We do clean up some as much as we can. And then I find things and I think, I could use that. So this glass, I found huge piles of this glass from some kind of construction debris. And it's really interesting because glass is similar in the desert, similar to sea glass, because it gets rolled around in the sand and then it takes all the edges off of things. But like this piece itself, when you look closely at it, you see all those lines on it and marks on it, and it actually is quite beautiful. So I have a big box of this stuff, and I'm going to do something. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with all of these pieces, but I'm going to do something with them because I think they're quite beautiful. And if they're mixed with some sort of art or hanging, I think it'll be really pretty. So I'm going to do that this year, I hope. We're going to work on that. And then also what I'm working on this year is to try to do a local art show here in Albuquerque sometime this year. I'm not positive yet. I haven't quite got to where I'm ready to apply for any show. You know, it takes a lot of stuff to get ready to do shows. I haven't in years and years, so I don't have the things. So I've had to, you know, purchase a tent and tables and chairs and stuff like that that I'm going to need. And also need to build up my art that I have available. And hubby from New Mexico Drive, we're going to add some of his photography to the show as well. So we're about 3/4 of the way there. So we'll just see if we're able to accomplish that this summer or fall or next summer. One of those. We're working towards that. So in the meantime, I haven't had a whole lot going on in the website because I've been working really hard to prepare. But I'm going to start adding some pieces to the website, like this one here. Red Valley, I think it's named. I couldn't remember earlier. But it will be available soon on the website. And I'll be adding a few other things to the website as we go along in the next few months as well. And then I've also been working on some things that are for the show, but I'm going to have one item available on the website in just a couple of weeks or a few days from when this video goes up. I'm not sure. You'll have to check and I'll share. But I've been working on these pieces. They are vintage pieces. I've had them for quite a few years and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. And what I ended up doing is I decided on making bookmarks out of them. So I believe they're jewelry settings. I'm not positive. I don't know the name of what they are, but I got them from a vintage dealer. And here we go. So I made these little paintings. And it's actually pretty intricate work. I use handmade paper that I imprint and then seal or adhere to the back, and then I paint it, and then I put layers and layers of seal on it, and I don't want it to look perfect because it's vintage. So this is the one that I'm going to be having up in the website right here. There we go, little tree. That one's going to be up in the website, and I just thought how fun for a bookmark. When you're an avid reader, you love to have pretty things on your book, and how easy to find your page, right? So this one's going to be available, and these are going to be at the art show when I do one, and I have a few more. I don't have all of them done. I have a few more to go, and if I come across more of them, I will keep doing them, but they will only be available until they're gone because they're vintage. They are not replaced. But these I've been doing. These others that are also bookmarks, but these are not vintage pieces. They're little round pieces. And so I braided them and put some beads on them, and then it's a little brass piece. And then I do a painting inside, same idea. It's the handmade paper in there, only on the top is a cabochon, one of those little glass domes on there. And let's see, the one that I'm going to have up in the website is this one. It's a little dragonfly. And then these others are for the art show, but I will keep making those, and so there'll be more of those available. And then the last thing I've been working on is another, it's not vintage. These I will have, but they are not, I'm not going to have a whole lot of them. I'm going to have a few of them, but it's a locket and then a painting inside. And the same thing is that I use the handmade paper and adhere it and paint on top of it and then seal it with many layers. And I don't want it to look perfect because I want it to feel vintage. So there you go. That's the whole thing. That's everything. So I hope you've enjoyed your year as much as possible. I hope your year coming up will be fabulous. And just remember, be gentle with yourselves. There's only one you. And while you're at it, be gentle with everybody else too. Love you all. Bye.